Welcome to Florence, South Carolina, and Cornell Field at Sparrow Stadium for Game 1 of this weekend's three-game Peach Belt Conference Series between the Francis Marion University Patriots and the Claflin University Panthers. Claflin enters the contest with a 1-10 record, 1-10 in conference play as well. Francis Marion evens its record earlier in the week. They're now 4-4 and 2-4 in Peach Belt Conference play. For those of you who are familiar with the Peach Belt, of course, Claflin is not a full-time member of the Peach Belt, but they are an affiliate member of the Peach Belt Conference for baseball. They are a full-time member of the CIAA conference, but that conference no longer sponsors baseball, and so the Panthers became an affiliate member of the Peach Belt for the sport of baseball. Lineups for tonight: for Claflin, leading off in center field, Steve Joyner, batting second at second base, Avion Sumter, batting third, the DH, Keon Smith. In the cleanup spot, the third baseman, Nicholas Johnson, batting fifth at first base, Xavier Paul, batting sixth, the catcher, Jordan McCray, batting seventh, batting eighth in left field, Christian Carr, and batting ninth in right field, Jaden Garner. On the mound for the Panthers tonight, junior left-hander, Xavier Johnson. For your Patriots, batting first in right field, Will Hardy. Batting second in left field, Jack Hegan. Batting third at third base, Todd Maddox. Batting fourth, the first baseman, Darius Nobles. Batting fifth, the shortstop, Grayson Cottingham. Batting sixth, the catcher, Mickey Skoll. Batting seventh, the DH, Carson Jones. Batting eighth, the second baseman, Tanner Wakefield. And batting ninth in center field, Bill Hanna. On the mound for the Patriots tonight, senior right-hander Daniel Twitty. Francis Marion leads the all-time series with the Panthers 20-1. Francis Marion is coached by head coach Art Anabinant in his 24th year as a college head coach, a record of 698, 445, and 2. The Panthers are led by James Randall in his 13th season as a head coach, a record of 209 and 297. Again, the two teams playing a single game tonight, and we will have a doubleheader for you tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Both those games will also be here on the Patriot Sports Network. This time we'll take a short break for the playing of our national anthem. Your umpires for tonight's contest: Greg Stanley behind home plate, Warren Knepp at first base, and Keith Atkinson at third base. Your Patriots come into tonight on a 3-game winning streak. Won the last 2 games of the series last weekend with Young Harris College, and then earned a 6-5 win over Barton College in non-conference play during the midweek. Again, on the mound for the Patriots today, senior right-hander Daniel Twitty. Twitty is 6'3" senior from Sumter, South Carolina, and a product of Sumter High School. This is his third appearance and third start of the season. No record, an ERA of 6.48. He's thrown 8 1/3 innings, allowed 12 hits, 7 runs, 6 of those earned, 5 strikeouts, 4 walks. In the press box tonight, we've got Keisha Hill on the camera from the Media Center staff, Caleb Reeves directing. Myself, I'm Michael Hawkins, Associate Athletic Director for Communication Services, and Jake Globe handling the live stats and the official scoring this evening. The voice you will hear sometimes in the background, J.D. Bailey, is the PA man for Patriot Baseball. Throw down to second base, and we're getting ready for baseball here. "55 degrees, almost totally clear sky. Very little wind as we get ready for pitch number 1 from Daniel Twitty. To the Panthers leadoff man, Steve Joyner. Joyner, senior center fielder, batting .326. That's the best on the squad. 10 runs scored in 11 games, a homer, 2 RBIs, and a .383 on-base percentage. And he skies to second baseman Tanner Wakefield for out number 1. That'll bring up the second baseman, Davion Sumter. Sumter is a sophomore, batting .316, 8 runs scored in 10 games, 4 doubles, a triple, 10 RBIs, which leads the Panthers, and a .372 on-base percentage. That's hit in the air to center field. Hannah a couple steps in. Will make the catch for out number 2. Keon Smith, the Panthers DH, will now stand in. He's a senior, batting .188, 4 runs scored, a couple of doubles, a homer, 8 RBIs, 278 on-base percentage. Smith hails from Richmond, Virginia, and as a transfer, he came from Virginia State University prior to landing in Orangeburg. Called strike 1 to even the count. Want to give a shout out to Ramonda Noble Watson, the Claflin Sports Information Director, for assisting us in getting all the information on the Panthers for this weekend series. That's a line back up the middle for a base hit, and the Panthers have the first base runner of the evening. That'll bring to the plate the third baseman, Nicholas Johnson. Johnson is a senior, batting .059. Does have a run scored and an RBI. On-base percentage of .292. Johnson, 5'11", senior out of Greenville, South Carolina, transferred to Claflin from Montreat College. Panthers are batting .299 as a team. 0-2 from Twitty to Johnson. Hit in the air to right field. Hardy, a couple steps over, and makes the catch for out number 3. So the Panthers pick up a base hit, but that runner is stranded. We played half an inning. This is the Patriot Sports Network, your Patriots coming to bat. Xavier Johnson takes the mound for the Panthers. 5'8" junior left-hander out of Beach Island, South Carolina. Transferred to Claflin from Toccoa Falls Community College over in Georgia. Johnson will be making his 5th start of the season, an 0-2 record, ERA of 8.36. He's thrown 14 innings, allowed 20 hits, 20 runs, 13 of those earned, 4 strikeouts and 11 walks. He will face Hardy, Hegan, and Maddox. Batters 1, 2, 3 in the Patriot order here in the bottom of the first inning. Patriot tennis teams are in action today. They are still playing Mount Olive over on the Kasab courts. Trojans took a 1-0 advantage in both matches, winning the doubles point. We'll look to see if we can't get the final results before we sign off tonight. Francis Marion men's and women's track and field squads will be at the Seahawk Invitational at UNC Wilmington tomorrow. Francis Marion softball was to have played a doubleheader at Wingate University on Sunday, but that doubleheader has been postponed due to COVID protocols within the Bulldogs. Hardy grounds that one to shortstop. Throw from Powell not in time, so Hardy has an infield single to lead off for the Patriots. I need this.
I'll put it back up where it was.
Will Hardy entered the game 5th in the Peach Belt in batting, .459 average. That hit for Will extends his hitting streak to 7 games. Count now 1-1 on the Patriot left fielder. Jack Hegan batting .375, 8 runs scored in 7 contests, a triple, 3 RBIs, and a .444 on-base percentage. He lines that one down the left field line. That'll be a base hit. Hardy digs for third. He will be in there, and Hegan has a stand-up double. And the Patriots have a couple runners in scoring position with nobody out here in the first. So Todd Maddox, who is 4th in the Peach Belt in hitting with a .462 average, 2nd in the Peach Belt in total hits with 18, 7 runs scored, a couple doubles, a homer, 8 RBIs, and a .475 on-base percentage. He will stand in. First pitch from Johnson is inside. Maddox batting .467 this year with runners in scoring position. Patriots in their all whites today. Claflin wearing their road grays. That's hit in the air to right center field. Garner over, will not get to it. It'll roll all the way to the wall. Run scores. Here comes Hegan with the second run. Maddox digging for third, and he will have a stand-up 2-run triple. And the Patriots lead 2-0. RBIs 9 and 10 for Maddox. That ties him for the team lead with the batter who is standing in right now, senior first baseman Darius Nobles. Nobles batting .333, 7 runs scored, a double, 10 RBIs, and a .432 on-base percentage. So the Patriots lead off the bottom of the first with a single, a double, and a triple. Let's see if Nobles could continue that pattern. Two-ball pitch from Johnson. Hit in the air to right center field. That's going to get down 2 for extra bases. And it is gone. No, it landed on the top of the padding between the padded portion of the wall and the fence. So it'll be a double, ground rule double for Nobles. Looked like the ball had cleared the fence, but it lodged between the padded portion and the fencing part of the fence. So we hit that about 385, 90 feet and nearly got it out of here. But as it is, RBI double for Nobles. He regains the team lead in RBIs with 11 as Maddox scores. That'll bring Grayson Cottingham to the plate, the graduate student playing shortstop, a .344 average, 4 runs scored, 3 doubles, 6 RBIs, and a .382 on-base percentage. So Nobles nearly enabled the Patriots to hit for the cycle in the first 4 batters, missing by about 3 feet. Count now 3-0 on the West Florence High School product, Grayson Cottingham. It's in there for a called strike. Mickey Skoll, the catcher, is in the on-deck circle, and he will be next. Darius Nobles, the runner at second for the Patriots. No outs here in the bottom of the first inning. It's down in the dirt, and Cottingham takes a walk. That'll bring up Skoll, batting .231, 5 runs scored. No extra base hits, no RBIs. .474 on-base percentage. So we mentioned Hardy extending his hitting streak to 7 games. Maddox's double extended his hitting streak to 8 games, and also his streak of safely reaching base is now at 17 games, dating back to last season. Skull is hit by a pitch on the first offering from Johnson, and the bases are now loaded for the DH, Carson Jones. Jones so far this season a perfect 2 for 2 when batting with the bases loaded. He takes ball 1. For the season, Jones batting .231, 4 runs scored, a double, 4 RBIs, and a .231 on base percentage. Jones is a sophomore from Fort Mill, South Carolina, and a product of Fort Mill High School. Swing and a miss, and Johnson now ahead in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. And Jones goes down swinging for the first out here in the bottom of the first inning. It'll bring up junior second baseman Tanner Wakefield, batting .214, a couple of runs scored, 5 RBIs, and a .371 on base percentage. Wakefield 0 for 1 this season when batting with the bases loaded. Just misses outside for ball 1. Wakefield out of Gainesville, Georgia, a product of Kings Ridge Christian School. Johnson, the pitcher, does not waste any time on the mound. However, he's fallen behind Wakefield now, 3 balls and no strikes, and the Panthers have nowhere to put Wakefield. And that's ball 4, and Wakefield will take the bases loaded walk. Drive in a run as Nobles scores from third, and the Patriots now lead 4-0. Bases are still loaded for the senior center fielder, Bill Hanna, out of Lake City, South Carolina. Hanna batting .194, 8 runs scored, no homers, 2 RBIs, and a .235 on base percentage. Hanna batting with the bases loaded for the first time in 2020. In there for called strike 1. Nice crowd filing in here. Everyone's bundled up. Got their blankets, jackets, coats. Some with their space heaters. That one's grounded up the middle. Powell to 1. And the throw to first to Paul. And Hanna is doubled up for the inning-ending double play. However, your Patriots pick up 4 runs. We played 1 full inning. Francis Marion 4. Claflin 0. This is the Patriots Sports Network.
The Swamp Fox Club is the fundraising arm of the Francis Marion University Athletic Department, and it supplies assistance to all 14 intercollegiate sports. On behalf of the student athletes at Francis Marion, I would like to thank all those who are members of the Swamp Fox Club for their support.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome back to Cornell Field at Sparrow Stadium, top of the second inning. Due up for the Panthers, Paul, McCray, and Powell. Xavier Paul, first baseman, senior from Darlington, South Carolina, transfer from Florence Darlington Technical College. Batting .217 on the season, a couple of runs scored, a homer, 4 RBIs, and a .308 on-base percentage. Patriots starter Daniel Twitty's been staked to a 4-0 lead. That one's grounded right back up the middle where it came from. And Paul has a base hit to lead off the Panthers' second inning. Catcher Jordan McCray stands in. Senior's batting .333. No homers, 3 RBIs, and a .455 on-base percentage. McCray out of Hampton, Virginia. Transfer from Paul D. Camp Community College. He squares to bunt, but pulls the bat back. Bad news from the tennis courts. The Patriots dropped both ends of the tennis match today. The women lost 4-3, and the men were on the wrong side of a 6-1 decision to Mount Olive. McCray swings and misses at that offering. Count now 1-1. Paul's the base runner at first. That one is fisted to third. Maddox goes to second for the force, but a nice slide by Paul takes out Wakefield and allows McCray to reach on the fielder's choice. Sophomore shortstop Daniel Powell stands in. Powell batting .258, 5 runs scored, no homers, 5 RBIs, and a .361 on base percentage. Powell from Groove Hill, Alabama, and a transfer from Coastal Alabama Community College. Hit in the air on the right side. Noble's giving chase. It is out of play. Patriots soccer teams will be back in action on Monday. The men will host Flagler College at 6 o'clock on Hartzler Field. The women will be playing at Lander University. I believe that's a 5 o'clock kickoff. Volleyball team will be back in action on Tuesday, hosting USC Aiken at 6 o'clock. And the softball team finally gets to play another home game as they will host Barton for a doubleheader on Wednesday. First game starting at 4 o'clock on the FMU softball field. 2-1 count now to Powell, with McCray, the runner, at first. Twitty misses there, so it's a walk for Powell. And the Panthers now have a couple of runners on base. McCray goes down to second. That'll bring up the left fielder, Christian Carr. Sophomore's batting .276, 4 runs scored, no homers, no RBIs, and a .344 on-base percentage. He bats from the left side. Nobles, the first baseman, is not holding the runner on. He's playing behind the runner. Twitty misses low for ball 1. And those 2 balls will bring a quick visit from Francis Marion head coach Art Nabonet. Patriot Baseball will be back in home next weekend as the Patriots will conclude their 11-game homestand next weekend with 3-game set with Lander University. Single game on Saturday at 3 and doubleheader on Sunday at 1. But that's next weekend. Tomorrow, Patriots will have a doubleheader with Claflin here. That starts at 1 o'clock. Carr stands back in, ahead in the count now, 2 balls and no strikes. McCray, the runner, at second. Powell, the runner, at first. That's line to shortstop. Cottingham will make the catch. Flip to Wakefield for the double up. And the Patriots get out of the inning. So the hard hit ball results in a 6-4 double play. We played an inning and a half. Francis Marion leads Claflin 4-0. This is the Patriots Sports Network. Will Hardy will lead off the Patriots' second inning. Again, Hardy extended his hitting streak to 7 games with a first inning single. Came around to score the Patriots' first run. Panther defense, Johnson at third, Powell at short, Sumter at second, Paul at first, Carr in left field, Joyner in center, Garner in right. And that's where that base hit from Hardy goes. So Hardy now 6 for his last 6. He was 4 for 4 in the midweek game against Barton. Also made his first ever collegiate pitching appearance in that game. Came in to pick up the save. Jack Hegan will stand in. He had a double down the left field line in the bottom of the first inning. Upped his average to .394, just shy of 400. Get a good shot there of Hegan, 6'3" sophomore from Bluffton, South Carolina, product of May River High School. That one is nubbed in front of the pitcher's mound. Johnson over, flips underhanded to Paul at first for the out. Almost the equivalent of a swinging bunt, basically. Fortunately for Hegan, he doesn't get a sacrifice with that. But Hardy does move into scoring position for Todd Maddox. Maddox with a 2-run triple to the right center field wall. Extends his hitting streak, as we mentioned, to 8 games. And his streak of safely reaching base to all 9 games this season, plus the last 8 of the 2020 season, so 17 in a row. He rips that one by the shortstop. That'll be a base hit into left center field. And Maddox has his second hit of the night, RBI number 3. And that reties him with Nobles for the team lead in RBIs now with 11. Noble stands in. RBI double. That ground rule double that lodged in the wall at right center field. Just missed a home run by about 3 feet. One count on the Patriot first baseman. Grayson Cottingham is in the on-deck circle. Off-speed pitch is high. Noble's out of Greenville, North Carolina, and a product of J.H. Rose High School. That's hit in the air to center field. Joyner in a couple steps, makes catch for out number 2. So Cottingham will stand in. Cottingham walked in the first inning. His season average remaining at .344. Grounded over the third base bag. Fair ball. Long throw from Johnson. Pulls Paul off the bag, but that'll be an infield single for Cottingham. Patriots at first and second now with 2 outs. Mickey Skoll, the catcher, will be standing in. He was hit by a pitch in his first trip to the plate. Johnson behind now in the count, 2 balls, no strikes. Your Patriots with the 5-0 lead here in the bottom of the second inning. Maddox the runner at second. Cottingham at first. Skull takes outside for ball 3. Mickey is from Roswell, Georgia, and a product of Blessed Trinity Catholic High School, 6'1" junior. And he takes a 4-pitch walk. So the bases are loaded again for the Patriots. The second time that Carson Jones will have a chance to bat with the bags loaded. He struck out in the first inning, but a chance to do some damage here with 2 outs in the second. So Xavier Johnson has now missed on 5 in a row. Now 6 in a row for the junior southpaw. Nice stop by McCray behind the plate. Holds the runners where they are, but the count's now 3-0. If Jones can extend the inning, Tanner Wakefield would be next. That's ball 4 to Jones. So the bases loaded walk. Credit Jones with the RBI as Maddox is forced home. Cottingham moves to third, Skull to second, and the Patriot advantage is now 6-0. So Tanner Wakefield will bat for the second time with the bases loaded. He drew a bases loaded walk in the first to drive in his 6th run of the season. Patriots batted around in the first inning, and they have sent 8 to the plate here in the second. James Randall will go to the mound to meet with his junior lefty. No action yet in the Panthers bullpen. I want to give congratulations to Francis Marion softball catcher Sarah Harkins, who was named to the Omicron Delta Kappa, that's ODK, National Honor Society today, along with a large group of other Francis Marion students. So congratulations to Sarah. Count now 3-0 to Wakefield. Now it's down in the dirt for ball 4. So Wakefield drives in his second run of the night with his second bases loaded walk as Cottingham crosses home. And there now is going to be some action down in the Claflin bullpen. So Bill Hanna will get his second chance with the bases loaded tonight, as the Patriots have batted around in each of the first 2 innings. Hanna grounded into an inning double play. Short to second to first. If Hannah is to reach, Will Hardy in the top of the order would be next. It's in there for a called strike. Count now 2-1. Patriots entered tonight second in the Peach Belt in batting as a team with a .327 average. Grounded to short. Powell goes to Sumter. Stand corrected, tied for first. Not second, but tied for first. Anyway, the Patriots pick up 3 runs in the bottom of the second. We played 2 full innings. Francis Marion 7, Claflin nothing. This is the Patriot Sports Network.
The Swamp Fox Club is the fundraising arm of the Francis Marion University Athletic Department, and it supplies assistance to all 14 intercollegiate sports. On behalf of the student athletes at Francis Marion, I would like to thank all those who are members of the Swamp Fox Club for their support.
Thank you.
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 Jaden Garner, Panther right fielder, will lead off the top of the third inning. Gardner batting .222, runs scored, no RBIs, and .222 on base percentage in 5 games. This is his game number 6 and his 3rd start of the season. Daniel Twitty pours in strike number 1. That's grounded to first. Noble's over. Twitty covering. And they're able to nab the speedy Gardner at first. Bring up the leadoff batter, Steve Joyner, center fielder. Joyner out of Hartsville, South Carolina, and transfer from USC Union. Okay, Jake, thumbs up, thumbs down on the high stirrup socks. Don't see that too often anymore. Thumbs up. Caleb, we got a shot of the batter. Let's see. There's the high stirrup socks. Old school. Jake says thumbs up. Caleb says thumbs up too. All right. Tasha, the high socks, thumbs up, thumbs down. Not so much for Tasha. I guess I got to go thumbs up, so 3-1. Again, Joyner leads the Panthers in hitting. His average now .318. Popped to second base to lead off the game. Twitty misses inside, count now 3-1. And Joyner draws the one-out walk. Joyner also completes the old school outfit with the gloves stuffed in his back pocket, too. D'Avion Sumter stands in, the second baseman. He flew out to center field back in the first inning. D'Avion also with the high socks, but see, he doesn't have the stirrups going. Runner going, the ball's hit on a line to Hannah at center field. In his tracks, makes the catch, and Joyner will have to retreat to first base. Sumter hit that one hard, but right at Hannah for out number 2. Keon Smith, the DH, will stand in now. Smith singled back up the middle in the first inning as Twitty chases Joyner back. Joyner does have a couple of stolen bases this year. He's 2 for 2. Again, Twitty throws over. Patriots 7 runs on 7 hits, no errors. Claflin, no runs on 2 hits and no errors as we bat here in the top of the third inning. That's hit pretty hard to center field, but again, right at Hannah. Smith hit it well, but Hannah was up to the task, and he catches it for out number 3. So we played 2.5. We head to the bottom of the third. Francis Marion 7, Claflin nothing. This is the Patriots Sports Network. Bottom of the third inning, new pitcher on for the Panthers. That will be sophomore right-hander Javante Green. Green out of New Ellington, South Carolina, and a product of Silver Bluff High School over in the Midlands. Green making his 4th appearance of the season, all in relief, an 0-1 record, ERA 12.15. He's thrown 6 2/3 innings, 4 strikeouts and 4 walks. And he will face the top of the Patriot order again. Hardy, Hegan, and Maddox. So in addition to extending his hitting streak to 7 games, Hardy is now 6 for his last 6. His season average now up to .487. 2 for 2 tonight. Pair of singles, pair of runs scored for the South Florence product. Out of Evergreen, Lower Florence County. Hegan and Maddox to follow Hardy here in the bottom of the third inning. And Hardy draws a leadoff walk. Hegan 1 for 2 tonight. Double down the left field line and a swinging bunt back to the pitcher in the second inning. Outside of Bill Hanna in the number 9 spot, the center fielder, no one else on the Patriots squad has attempted a stolen base this year. Hanna's 3 for 4. Two-one pitch from Green. Nope, he goes to first to chase Hardy back. Swing and foul back. Claflin University, an historically black college and university located in Orangeburg, South Carolina, located right across the street from South Carolina State University. As I mentioned before, for all other sports outside of baseball, Panthers are members of the CIAA conference. Full count to Hegan. Green gets the sign from McCray. That's low and inside for ball 4, so the Patriots have a pair of base runners on with nobody out. That'll bring up third baseman Todd Maddox. Maddox halfway to the cycle tonight. 2-run triple in the first and an RBI single in the second. Maddox season average now up to 488. And as I mentioned before, he's tied Darius Nobles for the team lead in RBIs with 11. Off-speed pitch misses high. Got a good shot there of Cornell Field at Sparrow Stadium here on the campus of Francis Marion University. Whole lot of prepositional phrases. Cornell Field at Sparrow Stadium within the Griffin Athletic Complex. That's skied to shallow left. Carr coming in. Shortstop Powell is out. Cannot make the catch. And Maddox will reach on the air by the shortstop. So the bases are loaded this time for Darius Nobles. Nobles 1 for 2. RBI double, fly out. So Nobles bats with the bases loaded here. Nobody out, bottom of the third inning. Ooh, off-speed pitch just misses. Nobles 1 for 2 this season, batting with the bases loaded. Chance for him to regain the RBI lead from Todd Maddox if he were to drive in a run here. Noble's season average up to 344. Two-zero pitch from Green to Darius Nobles. Misses for ball 3. Nowhere to put Nobles. And that misses inside for ball 4. So Nobles draws the bases loaded walk to drive in Will Hardy. Hegan moves to third, Maddox to second, and Grayson Cottingham Cottingham 1 for 1, a walk and a single, a run scored. Cottingham 0 for 1, batting with the bases loaded this season. Hits that in the air to center field. Joyner goes back, but then comes in. Should be deep enough to score a run. He makes the catch. Throw comes home, not in time as Hegan scores standing up. So Cottingham with the sacrifice fly drives in the 9th run of the evening for the Patriots. So Mickey Skoll will stand in with runners at second, third, now 1 out. Provided Skoll does not hit into a double play here, Patriots are going to have a pinch hitter. Austin Moore is going to bat for Carson Jones in the DH spot. One, two in the dirt. Nice stop by McCray. Keep the runners where they are. Called strike 3. Skull checked his swing, but it was a called strike 3 by the umpire. Anyway, for out number 2. So Austin Moore will bat for Jones in the DH spot. Moore making his 3rd appearance of the season. He's 0 for 1 at the plate with a hit by pitch. He has scored a run. So looking for his first hit of 2021. Comes to the plate with Maddox at second and Darius Nobles at first, and 2 outs here in the bottom of the 3rd. Moore, a 6'3" left-handed batter, plays the infield from Florence, South Carolina, graduate of South Florence High School. Carson Jones, strikeout and a bases-loaded RBI walk in his 2 plate appearances in the DH spot. Ball 2 to Moore. Both of Moore's at-bats this season have been as pinch hitters. He lines that one over off the picnic area. If I'm correct, he had the hit by pitch that started the rally in the bottom of the 9th against Young Harris College in Game 2 of that series, where the Patriots came back and won 10-9 on a walk-off hit by Jack Hegan. Two ones lined in the left field. That's a base hit. Maddox will round third, and he will score. And so Austin Moore with the pinch hit RBI single to left. Nobles stops at second. Maddox scores the Patriots' 10th run of the evening. Tanner Wakefield will bat, albeit not with the bases loaded this time. But there are runners on second and third. Wakefield has a pair of bases loaded walks tonight, so he's driven in a couple of runs. Season average remains at 214, but he does now have 7 RBIs. Called strike 1. Two-one pitch from Green. Outside, backhanded by McCray behind the plate. Count now 3-1. Nobles is nearly picked off second. And Wakefield draws his 3rd walk of the evening to reload the bases for Bill Hanna. So Hanna bats for the 3rd time tonight, and every time he's come to the plate, there have been 3 Patriots on base. He grounded into a double play in the 1st and hit into a fielder's choice ground out in the bottom of the 2nd. Again, another nice stop by McCray behind the plate to save a run. High for ball 2. It's in there for a called strike. Count now 2-1. Green steps off. Noble's the runner at third. Moore at second, and Wakefield at first. That's hit pretty well to left field. Carr going back to the track, to the wall. It is off the wall. 1 run scores. 2 runs scores. Here comes the 3rd run. And Bill Hanna, after batting with the bases loaded for the 3rd time, has a successful at-bat with a 3-run double off the left field wall. So Hanna picks up RBIs 3, 4, and 5 on the season. As the Patriot advantage goes to 13-0 here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. And Will Hardy, the leadoff batter, comes back to the plate for the 4th time. 2 singles and a walk, 3 runs scored. So Hanna missed a grand slam by about 4 feet as it hit about midway up the outfield wall. Count to Hanna now, or Hardy now, 3-0. The 3rd of the Triple H outfield, Hegan, would be next if Hardy reaches. That's hit pretty well to right field. Garner going back to the track, to the wall. That is all. Home run, Will Hardy. So a 2-run shot by Will Hardy over the right field wall increases the Patriot lead to 15-0. Hardy's 2nd home run of the season. RBIs 10 and 11 now ties him for 2nd place with Maddox, as Nobles leads with 12. So Hardy is now 7 for his last 7 with a walk mixed in. 5 RBIs. And his average has got to be up near 500 now. We'll check it the next time he comes up to the plate. Jack Hegan stands in now. Hegan 1 for 2 with a double and a run scored. Actually 2 runs scored because he walked and scored earlier this inning. Patriots now have to double-figure hits also at 10. That's hit to left center field. Joyner going back. That's going to get over his head. 1 hop off the wall. And Hegan will cruise into second with the stand-up double. his second double of the evening. And Todd Maddox will come to the plate. Maddox 2 for 3, single, triple, reached on an air, 3 runs scored, and 3 driven in. Maddox, a member of the preseason Peach Belt Conference All-Conference team, senior from Winsboro, South Carolina, graduate of Blythewood High School. That's hit to the right center field. That'll get down for a base hit. That will score Hegan. Rolls all the way to the wall. Maddox trying for 3, and he is in there with the triple. So Maddox with his second triple of the night. This one drives in 1 run. And he now reties Nobles for the team RBI lead with 12. And the Patriot lead grows to 16-0. Time to break out the Patriot record book to see the last time a Patriot had 2 triples in a game. Last time by Michael Wilson. Local product. And that was at Newberry College, April 13th, 2011. It's been done numerous times, but that's the last time anyway. So first time in 10 seasons a Patriot has had 2 triples in the same game. Of course, if Maddox had stopped at second, he'd be closer to the cycle, but he was digging for third the whole way. McCray paid the price on stopping that ball in the dirt. He's going to take a few minutes to gather himself. Nobles tonight at the plate, 1 for 2. Had a double in the first inning, scored twice, driven in 2 runs. Hit in the air to center field to Joyner over. Should make the catch. He does for out number 3. The Patriots pick up 9 runs, and after 3 full innings, it's Francis Marion 16, Claflin nothing.
The Swamp Fox Club is the fundraising arm of the Francis Marion University Athletic Department, and it supplies assistance to all 14 intercollegiate sports. On behalf of the student athletes at Francis Marion, I would like to thank all those who are members of the Swamp Fox Club for their support.
Thank you.
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 Up here in the top of the 4th for the Panthers. Johnson flew out to right field, his first trip to the plate tonight. Skies that one to shallow center field. Hannah comes in. Now he drifts back a little bit, but makes the catch for out number 1. Xavier Paul now stands in. Paul singled back up the middle. Darlington native, 1 for 1 tonight. That was back in the second inning. Daniel Twitty still on the mound for the Patriots. Again, the two teams will play a doubleheader tomorrow. First game starts at 1 o'clock here at Cormel Field at Sparrow Stadium. The Cliff and the Griff. Mentioned Paul is a transfer. Came to Claflin from Florence Darlington Technical College. Stingers. He may have played on this field prior as a member of that squad. Ground ball to deep short. Cottingham fields. Throw not in time, so Paul will pick up an infield single. Paul's now 2 for 2 on the evening. That'll bring up the catcher, Jordan McCray. McCray's season average now 300. He grounded into fielder's choice back in the second inning. Oh, 1 from Twitty. In the dirt, gets away, goes over toward the Claflin dugout. So Paul, the base runner, will take second on the wild pitch by Twitty. And the Panthers have a runner in scoring position now with 1 out. Called strike 2. That one's grounded to Maddox at third. Tough hop. Everybody's going to be safe. And McCray will reach on the air by the third baseman. So runners now at first and second. As Paul, the ball was hit in front of him, he had to hold it second. And Powell lifts that one down the right field line. Hardy giving chase, but it's into the bullpen. So 1 out. Paul, the runner at second. McCray, the runner at first. And Powell, the shortstop, at the plate. Daniel Powell walked his first trip to the plate back in the second inning. He's 0 for 0. Season average remains at .258. Hits that in the air to center field. Hannah retreating, going back near the track, makes the catch. Paul will advance to third on the fly out. McCray remains at first, so the Panthers have runners on the corners now with 1 out. Left fielder Christian Carr will bat. Carr lined into a double play back in the second inning. Hit a shot right at the shortstop, Cottingham, who flipped to Wakefield at second for the easy double up. Carr out of Chicago, Illinois, and a transfer from Harper College. Twitty now up to 49 pitches, 28 of which have found the strike zone or been put into play. Inside corner, called strike 2. As Carr spun away, thinking the ball was inside. One, two from Twitty to Panther left fielder. It's fouled off. Down the dirt, nice pick by Skoll to keep the Panther runner at third base. That one's low count, has now been run full. 2 outs, top of the fourth inning. Panthers have runners on the corners, first and third. And a full count to Christian Carr. Runner from first is going because as you would with the full count and 2 outs, but that one's fouled off. This will be pitch number 8 of this at-bat. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. So Twitty strands a pair of runners on base. We head to the bottom of the fourth. Francis Marion 16, Claflin nothing. This is the Patriot Sports Network. On. And Michael always sounds better when he turns up his microphone. So you just missed some great play-by-play for the last three batters, folks. Grounded through that hole into right field, so Moore has his second hit of the evening. That'll bring up a pinch hitter. So batting for Tanner Wakefield will be Michael Lang, junior shortstop out of Cincinnati, Ohio. Wakefield, in his 3 trips to the plate, walked all 3 times, scored a run, drove in 2. Lang appearing in his second game of the year. He's 0 for 2. In the dirt, again, a nice stop by McCray, keeps the runners where they are. Skull at second and Moore at first. Nice pick by McCray behind the plate. Looking like a first baseman with the backhanded snag. Count now 2-1, 2-1 on Lang. Fouled off, evens the count at 2-2. Claflin University, home of a very strong women's basketball program. Nelson Brownlee, a name most people familiar with women's basketball in the state of South Carolina, they know his name. And Miriam Walker Samuels, the second all-time career scoring leader in women's college basketball with nearly 4,000 points. And who's she behind but Pearl Moore, one of our alumnus, who has 4,061 points. As Lang takes called strike 3, route number 2. So these two schools have representatives that are 1 and 2 in the all-time women's basketball college scoring list. Pearl Moore, Frances Marion, and then Miriam Walker Samuels of Claflin. Walker Samuels actually came back and was the coach of the Panthers for a while. Bill Hanna comes to the plate. He's 1 for 3. Had a 3-run double that just missed a grand slam home run in his last at-bat in the 3rd inning. Skoll remains the runner at second, and Moore the runner at first. Swung on a miss by Hanna. Count now 0-2 to the Lake City native. Buchanan gets the sign. Misses high, ball 1. 2-2 pitch. Grounded foul, just missing Art Naminant again down in the third base coaching box. Coach Naminant doing his best. Canu Reeves matrix moves down in the box. Jake, you are old enough to know that movie, right? Okay, all right. Two-two pitch with 2 outs here in the bottom of the fourth. Count goes full. Will Hardy would be next if Hannah reaches. That's lined in shallow center field, base hit. And Skull will score the Patriots' 17th run of the evening. And Hannah has RBI number 4 of the night with the 2-out base hit to center. So Will Hardy will bat. Hardy 3 for 3 tonight. Also throw a walk in there. 2 singles, a home run, 4 runs scored, and 2 driven in. His season average now up to an even 500. And he's third on the squad with 11 RBIs on the year. That one's grounded up the middle. Shortstop's there. The flip to Sumter for the force out. And the Patriots are finished here in the 4th inning. But they do pick up 1 run. We played 4 full. Francis Marion 17, Claflin nothing. This is the Patriots Sports Network.
The Swamp Fox Club is the fundraising arm of the Francis Marion University Athletic Department, and it supplies assistance to all 14 intercollegiate sports. On behalf of the student athletes at Francis Marion, I would like to thank all those who are members of the Swamp Fox Club for their support.
Thank you.
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 So Lang stays in the game to play second base for Wakefield, and we have a new center fielder, Crypto. It's Colby goes in to take over for Bill Hanna. Jaden Garner, right fielder, leads off the Panther 5th inning. He's 0 for 1. Patriots 17 runs on 14 hits with 1 error. Claflin no runs on 3 hits with 1 error. Skied in the air to right field. Hardy comes in and makes the catch. So your Patriot outfield now, it's Hegan in left, Crepo in center, and Hardy in right. Infield is Maddox, Cottingham, Lang, and Nobles. And Steve Joyner stands in for his third at bat of the afternoon or evening. He's 0 for 1 with the walk. And the Hartsville native takes time out. Hits that to right field. Again, Hardy is going to be there. Couple steps in and makes catch for out number 2. And that'll bring up D'Avion Sumter, second baseman. He's 0 for 2. He's flied to center and lined to center. His season average now at 300. And he leads the Panthers with 10 RBIs.